Hello and welcome to a new episode of Trailer Talk. On today's episode, we have some trailers that just look kind of cool. Just some shit that I'm excited about and one that we really need to talk about. And one that I apologize for. But let's get started. Thumbs up if you like Trailer Talk, and please leave a comment below on anything you see in today's episode. Or if you want to recommend any trailers for some future episodes, or maybe a trailer that came out a while ago that I may have missed, please recommend it. And I do read the comments. I do appreciate when you leave comments. Let's get started with a game that I know people are very, very excited about. Count me among them. This is the launch trailer. It's finally here for Bloodborne. It's a pretty good trailer, too. I will be playing this game. Probably not on release date. I have to wait for it to ship to me, but I will definitely be playing the hell out of this game. But this is a cool trailer. We got some shit to talk about. You know, I told my girlfriend that, hey, there's a new Souls game coming out, or a game that's kind of like Souls, but it's a new franchise. And she saw this trailer and she was like, huh. This one looks like maybe it has more story than the previous games, because I don't think the previous games have much story. She watched me play a little of those games. I told her probably not. It's probably the same. You just kind of got to go looking for the story in these games. In fact, a lot of these scenes are probably just from like the intro, or yeah. But who knows? Maybe it is a little more traditionally told in terms of narrative. But the other thing you notice is that it really does seem like much more of a horror game, which I guess you could call the other games horror games. Like, what is that? I don't want to fight that. You know, I was afraid to fight the things in the previous Souls games, but that's because they're so deadly. This time around, you actually have some shit that just looks horrifying looking. Just straight up frightening. Which, you know, I guess the previous one could be considered more of a fantasy horror, but this... Look at that! That's some Fatal Frame shit! Look. I don't remember how to do this. Alright. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. That's some broken neck ghost shit. Is that a boss? I don't want to fight that. And this just looks cool. Dodging and shooting, and it's gonna be good. They said that there's shields in the game, but they definitely haven't shown the shields. And I'm wondering if that's because they really are trying to kind of differentiate themselves from the Souls games in terms of, you know, marketing. Damn, this shit looks cool. The thing is, I'm not going to be able to play it till like a week after it comes out, and all of y'all are going to have already played like 80 hours of the game. You're going to tell me I'm doing everything wrong, and you're going to be recommending weapons and shit, and you know, I've played 3 Souls games on the feed. I'm kind of used to it, but I'm still very excited. Look at this shit. Just a lot of horror imagery. You know what I mean? What's in there? Probably some big gross boss. It's going to fucking grow out of that thing. Or, you know, it's part of the deeply enriching story. I don't know. I'm psyched. That shit looks cool. Alright, so this, let me pause here. First of all, I don't usually take footage that was kind of put up by another site. But Kotaku had the exclusive on it. So I do want to thank Kotaku. And if you want to read more about this footage, there's a link in the details below. I had to show this because you know I'm a Phantom Dust man. This is the leaked footage of a maybe canceled Phantom Dust game, or the version of the Phantom Dust remake that a studio was working on, but Microsoft severed ties with that studio, and that studio shut down, but Microsoft says the game still exists, but in what form, I don't know. All I know is from this, hold on, let me pause here. All I know is that this is... They have not been clear as to what the fuck this game is. But I look at this footage, and it looks like this was a remake, like a ground-up remake. You're going to see a battle here in the palace. which was the first kind of map that you fought in the original Phantom Dust. But this isn't the same layout. It's completely redesigned. Like the physics look different. You know, the model's different. The spell effects look different. Now they're showing kind of the starting cards he has in his hand here, and these are skills from the previous game, and they look like they all have the same effect. You know, in terms of descriptions, the UI is completely different. The engine's different. Like, this is a remake. I mean, it doesn't look like in maybe a current gen title so much as like a last gen game, but you know, Phantom Dust was from the original Xbox. So they start here. The first thing I notice is that this character kind of looks like the main character you played in the original Phantom Dust, but it's definitely a redesign. You'll notice some janky animations. This is a game in progress, so or a game that was in development, which still might be. I don't even know. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, it looks a little rough around the edges, but this was a game in development. He's shooting some bullets of fire. You know, it looks a little different. He's going to throw a bomb here. Look at that. You see that? First of all, bombs in Phantom Dust didn't do that. I don't know if that's a glitch, but look, he throws it. It's just supposed to arc down and hit the ground, but it stops in midair and turns and tracks the enemy. I don't know why it did that, but that's broken. But hey, let's not be nitpicky. So it's just kind of a one-on-one battle. Not much is going on. This looks like maybe even like a tutorial fight, just with some starting skills. Maybe he's actually fighting a real person. But these are look at that destruction. See, that's cool. I'm glad, even though they new engine redesigned the maps, that the destructibility still seems to be there. And this is the palace. It's just a little bit bigger, a little bit darker. I don't. It's just different. It's just different. That's all I can tell you. It's nice destruction. They're just kind of throwing bullets of fire. Phantom Dust has the potential to not look super exciting if you're fighting like you're seeing a one-on-one match or. Okay, so there are stairs up to a level that wasn't in the previous game, so that's kind of exciting. That's like a third floor. But again, these are just some boring starting skills. Phantom Dust can get crazy, and no one plays one-on-one. You gotta do some 2v2 or some 1v1v1v1. But I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. It looks like they were actually remaking Phantom Dust. They just never said they were officially doing that, which confused the fuck out of me. I know why they were doing it. They were gonna try to put out a game where they can microtransaction the hell out of it. Oh, there's the new Twister, which was one of my favorite skills from Phantom Dust. Which I'm not a huge fan of this UI. I thought the UI in the original Phantom Dust was pretty great. But seeing this, it did it again. The bomb did that again. Bombs don't do that. By the way, I will say, if you're looking at this and you're kind of confused as to what it is, it's kind of like Magic the Gathering, but in an action versus role-playing game, and the campaign is an actual role-playing game, and it's a lot to talk about. I will say these aren't like your only skills. There's hundreds of skills that you put in sort of like a deck, and they sort of randomly spawn on the battlefield. You go pick them up and put them in your hand, and there's like a mana system and whatever. All I'm saying is that this skill called Bomb doesn't do this. It just sort of turns, it arcs towards the enemy. Unless there's like a new properties on it, you can kind of like trigger a reorientation or something, which could be interesting. There's the defense skill. Crystal Wall definitely looks different. But yeah, it's just what was I saying? I don't know. I'm seeing this and I'm just excited that we lived in a world, or we live in a world, or we almost lived in a world where Phantom Dust, like a small cult classic that me and a handful of other people cared about, can actually come back and be promoted by fucking Microsoft to be this game. I don't know what's going on. All I know is I love Phantom Dust. I want it to come back in some form. Microsoft says it's not dead, even though the Kotaku article says it's canceled, or this version's canceled, or this. I don't know what to think. Anybody else out there love Phantom Dust? I love Phantom Dust. Talk to me. Leave me a comment, please. What is happening? I don't know. Okay, so this is footage for another work in progress. This is eval. This is a space shooter for the Oculus Rift or, you know, other VR headsets. I don't know if it's only coming to VR headsets. I just wanted to show it because it looks cool. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. It's so cool. It's so outside. The thing is, there's so many space games out, right, or coming out. You know, Elite came out last year, and I don't really talk much about them, or I don't really play much of them, but this type of game still does really excite me. Just kind of want to get my Battlestar Galactica on. You know what I'm saying? I like how light this vehicle looks. You know, kind of like a TIE fighter or a Cylon Raider or something. And, you know, you use the VR headset to kind of look around, and you see the canopy is like very, you know, it looks like you can kind of look all around. It's all glass or some space age see-through material. I don't fucking know. But yeah, you're just kind of looking around like fucking Top Gun, you know, looking for bogeys and shit. Which is cool. Which is cool. I don't know, I just like the look of this. I'm probably not going to get a VR headset because I'm poor. But, I don't know. It gets me excited. It gets me excited. I know I don't talk about like Star Citizen and stuff, but that stuff does kind of excite me. I just hope I don't have to have VR to play this, although I think that's what it's designed for. All I know is I kind of want to get into some dogfights. And I don't know much about this game, but I'm thinking it's going to be more of just a dogfighter, and that's cool. That's cool, and much less of a you know, like space sim, like, oh, I'm taking, you know, fucking spice from this system to the other system, you know, which is what it seems like a lot of these space sims are these days, because hey, they want some depth, which is fine, but I kind of just want to do some dogfighting, you know what I'm saying? And this looks cool. What does brag mean? If you look at the center of the screen, it says brag. Kind of looks like Brad. I don't even know. Maybe that's what the pilot is called or something. It's code name. But it looks nice. What do y'all think? I don't know. I don't follow like Star Citizen much or Eve or any of these other space shooters, so I don't know really how to compare this to the others. All I know is I occasionally see one of these trailers that are showing me footage of space dogfights, and it makes me want to be Starbuck. I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. Makes me want to play some Free Space 2. Uh-oh. That's probably not good. Oh, that dude's dead. Uh-oh. Anyways, Valkyrie, what do y'all think? Let me know what's up with these games. Is this one I should be excited about? I don't know. Looks cool. Fuck it. Anyways, we have a final trailer here. Let me turn this one down a little bit because these trailers are always kind of loud. This is for Sinran Kagura Estival Versus or something. I don't even know what it's called. I like these trailers because look, this, you know, they're like Dynasty Warriors with crazy cool weapons. Like, what the fuck is this, right? That's cool. Right? They're kind of like Dynasty Warriors. They're just straightforward brawlers, but definitely a lot of enemies. Definitely reminds me of Dynasty Warriors. If I'm going to play that type of game, might as well play the one with the rocket ladies with big boobs. I don't know. Definitely some cool weapon designs. Nice outfits. I don't know why I show these trailers, guys. They're fucking horrible. But at the same time, they're hilarious. That's cool! I know it's horrible. What does happen? I like witches. Ever heard of Bayonetta? Whoa! Rewind that. This trailer talk's getting long. What's going on with this? Let me slow down here. What's going on downstairs? There's a bat, giant bat covering her vagina. I don't know. It's just cool character designs. I don't know. Gameplay's probably shit. I think all these games end up getting localized because there's a lot of weird perverts and stuff. And people who like cool looking action games in the West. I like the outfits. For some reason, these girls don't seem to want to keep them on. I don't understand. I'm glad that this type of game can exist. You know, without going like just full horrible porny. You know, like there's a lot of like indie stuff in Japan that just goes way too far. These are just, you know, some people who learned how to make some 3D models and action, you know, beat 'em ups. At the same time, they're kind of perverted, and that's fine. And they can end up on major video game consoles, and that's kind of cool, you know. Because say what you will, I feel like these days, pause here. You have like AAA developers and you have indie developers, and sort of that mid-tier, B-tier, maybe C-tier with these guys. Those games just don't exist anymore. They're just going away, you know? And I feel like the only ones that do exist are these weird kind of games out of Japan that have, you know, a lot of weird pervy stuff or just very niche. And I'm glad that these guys are making these games for a fucking PlayStation 4, you know? Because the studios that are like them, that are not making this type of game, but maybe this size of game, this budget of game, they're off making mobile games now because no one wants to buy their games. So thanks, pervs, for letting developers like this survive. I might play this. I think I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this game. I will broadcast this game. You will see me play this game on 4pp.tv. This is a very long trailer talk. I apologize. But there's so much good stuff. What is with the eye patches? I'm seeing a lot of, like, games and anime that are a little pervy in nature always have girls with eye patches. And they're not pirates. They just have issues with single eyes. I don't know. I mean, it's probably terrible. It's probably so tedious and repetitive. But I'm going to play it. Man, I feel like look, the riding dolphin, shooting the dolphin water guns. That's cool. I feel like this game is just one really quality combat designer away from being probably maybe just a great game. You know, they can hire some people who really know what they're doing. Like just pay for Kamiya and his guys to just do a little consultation on one of these games, and then all of a sudden everybody can be happy. You know? What is happening? Don't slap that. Ooh. Hey, this is a weird montage. What just fell off her head? A raisin? That octopus is bad! What? Slam dunk. Why is she in a tree? What is happening? What? I don't even know anymore. Whatever, I'm ending this now. That's it for Trailer Talk. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you like Trailer Talk. Please tell me how excited you are for this game. It's out in Japan very soon, but I think this is getting localized, so... for the Sony PlayStation 4, the market leader, I don't... Have a good day.